Once in a beautiful land, surrounded by mountains and rivers, a man owned 2 gardens full of lush green vines, surrounded by tall date palm trees. A stream of crystal clear water flowed between the 2 gardens. One day, the man invited his friend to visit his gardens. As they walked through the gardens, the owner said some very disrespectful things. He bragged that his gardens would never be destroyed and doubted if there was a day of judgment. But his friend, who was wise, reminded him that true success only comes from Allah. However, the man was arrogant and refused to listen. A severe storm swept through the village. Thunder rumbled, lightning flashed, and strong winds uprooted trees. His 2 gardens were not spared. The man was devastated. The wise friend comforted him and reminded him that this was a test from Allah. The man learned his lesson and turned to Allah in repentance.
Within the vast valleys and the birch forest, there was a little cottage hut. The cottage hut was turned into a cafe by the owner herself, Emily. You see, Emily is a hard worker, and her old trusted customers always looked forward to her freshly baked and brewed coffee. Emily worked extra hard for her special customers. Today, she was baking a special pie for Mr. and Mrs. Piemancer. Emily, satisfied with what she made, now served. "Here you go, Mr. and Mrs. Pie," said Emily. Mr. and Mrs. Pie enjoyed their share of orders. Emily was happy until a certain mysterious customer burst the door open. Emily, shocked, turned around to see who it was. "Who is it?" It was an intimidating customer, claimed to be a food inspector. "Please take a seat," Emily said worriedly. The food inspector named Mr. August Smith took a seat. He then proceeded to take a look at the menu. Mr. August Smith took a quick look and ordered everything. Emily hurriedly went into the kitchen and started baking. After what seemed like an hour, she was done. This was the first time she went out of her comfort zone and made a lot of baked goods. Now time for Mr. August Smith to taste test. Surely it's delightful in taste. That's what anyone else would think. But Mr. August Smith spat it out instantly, causing a mess of Emily's clothes and everything. "Disgusting," is what he said, which made Emily really sad. However, it was not over for her. The fake tag peeled right off Mr. August Smith's apron and revealed his truth. This made Emily seriously mad. She instantly kicked Mr. August Smith out and finally regained peace in her cottage. "Now I can bake without worries," she said. The end.